Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. This is day 3 of 30 days of sketches. I skipped yesterday since I had a collab, but today I'm back doing double page layouts for 30 days of sketches. Today's sketch is by Stephanie Olson. I have a few photos of my niece and her kids and her sister at the pumpkin patch. This was a few years ago. And I have an older collection by Simple Stories. I'm not sure of the name of it. Sorry, I forgot to look it up. But if you want it, I can give it down below if you want to make a comment, and I can tell you what it is if you don't recognize it. It is an older collection. I'm not sure if it's still available. But I have a sticker sheet. I have a few ephemera pieces. I have a sticker book. The sticker book hasn't even really been used at all. I don't really enjoy the Simple Stories sticker books because usually the colors are off in the sticker book, at least the older ones. I know the newer ones are a little bit better, but they have a lot of stickers in them, and it just takes a long time to use all those stickers. So I usually don't buy them. I think this came in a kit. Anyways, we're going to move on with the layout. Just flipping through the sticker book to show you what actually comes in there. There is one leaf paper, or yeah, a sheet that's missing that I used on another layout, and it's almost completely finished. This one here. It only has 2 left on it. So, and I don't get those on the layout. They go back in the stash. Um, Here's the foam title pieces, and I planned on using some of these. I ended up not using any of the blue color that you see, like the teal color. So that kind of eliminated almost all of these foam pieces. I do use one foam piece that says pumpkin time, and I thought that was kind of cute for a pumpkin patch. And the truck that my niece is standing in front of, on the truck it says the patch, which is actually the name of this pumpkin patch. So I didn't think that it really needed another title on it. Plus the photos are going to take up a whole lot of space on the layout. Since this is a double 8.5 by 11, I'm going to have to shrink it down to make it fit my size of layout. I have a couple of 6 by 8 sheets here from the paper pad, and I pulled those out. I do get most of those used up. This green one, I get almost entirely used up. I love using up papers and getting them just out of my stash and in my albums. This lighter color orange paper actually goes into my other kits for a different layout after all, because I end up using this one here, which is almost the same color. And then these 2 darker orange ones are going to be cut down, and they're going to be part of the background, along with the darker wood grain that is behind it. I'll show it here in just a minute. And the darker wood grain is by Reminisce. That was from a farm collection that Reminisce had. This side is like an inside of a barn. So I'm going to use the other side, the wood grain side. And I just love the wood grain papers from Reminisce. They're some of my favorites, definitely, but I love all wood grain. These 2 pieces here are from Some Assemblage Required. Don't worry, I'll move it back up. I forgot, it was a little bit too far down. I did zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Again, I'm just painting the wood veneer. This is using Shimmerz Paints, and I'm using the darker one is Yam I Am. The carrot top is the brighter orange, and then that darker color that's above the orange is green, and that is Emerald City. And then this one here is Rita on the Rocks, and there's a silver, and then the black is Love You Onyxly. And basically I'm just going to color them real quickly with the paint, and I tried to skip pumpkins. I did every other pumpkin the darker orange, and then the next pumpkin next to it I did with the lighter orange. And then I'm just going to paint all the little tires black, and the little hubcap, or the inside of the wheel, is going to be silver. So I just wanted them to look, cute and decorated. I didn't want to put just the plain wood veneer on the layout, even though you could. But I really enjoy painting my wood veneer. I think it usually turns out really cute. I did not gesso these ones, and they actually turned out fine. The truck had a little bit of issues for some reason. The paint was like soaking into it more than it should. So I did have to coat it a second time, and in some areas even a third time, to get it to stay green versus just being a shimmery color. But it did work out in the end. So I do recommend gessoing them first, though. It just makes it a little bit easier. But I didn't have time. So as usual, I'm always impatient. So I went without the gesso, and luckily it turned out okay. And the cute little wagon I thought was cute because my other niece, not the kid's mom, their aunt, is pulling a wagon. And I thought that was kind of cute that I had a little wagon to put on the layout. And then the truck, I painted it to match the truck that's in the photo. And I think they turned out pretty cute. And the layout actually turns out to be very simple. I keep the embellishments kind of simple. The photos are, I couldn't crop them down or make them any smaller because they do have journaling on them that my niece wrote when she put them online. She just displayed them with little captions on them. So they kind of have their own little journaling on them. So I didn't want to cut that off. And here's where I'm going to add just a little bit more to the truck because, like I said, it wasn't staying the green color. It was kind of soaking in certain spots. But it works just fine once I add a little bit more to it. I'm going to hold it up here in a minute. That's why it's going so slow. I really do paint this slow. This is real time probably right here. I'm going to hold it up though so you can see a little closer glimpse of it. And then in the close-ups, I made sure to take some close-up pictures of them so you could see them up close. And I always like the wood veneer once it's painted. It's my favorite little thing to do. So there's the little truck. It's a little bit wet still, but you get the idea. Put it to the side and let it dry. I'm going to work on the background. Once again, here's the sketch by Stephanie Olson. I will put all of her information down below if she has a channel or Instagram or anything like that. The sketch was kind of basic and I kind of liked it. So I went ahead and copied what it had as far as like a little 1-inch border going around the edge and then adding a colored paper in the center, which happened to be this orange color. That was perfect to go with the pumpkins that are in the photos. And then this leaf paper, which is from the 6x8 pad, I cut it down to 2 inches by 8. And I'm going to make it go across the layout. And I did have to piece it together, but luckily cutting it exactly at 2 inches, it lined up perfectly. I was able to even line up the flower on the border so it doesn't look like it was not one piece in the end when it's all finished and done. I went ahead and sped up and glued it down because I did have to fiddle with it for a while. And then this one here, I forgot to go all the way to the edge, so I have to add this little piece here, but it works out. It's okay. And that's pretty much it for that. I added that little border piece there. I'm going to bring in a couple of the photos to place this one down because I'm going to cut this 12-inch torn piece from the green paper to use as a border across the bottom. And that's not in the sketch. That was my own little addition to the sketch. At this point, I'm kind of just going on my own. It's no longer really following the sketch. I kind of followed the way she laid out the papers. And then kind of sort of the way she laid out the photos. I don't have one photo that she has. And also I have two 3x4s instead of, or actually I have four 3x4s instead of two 4x6s that she shows in the sketch. And also the photo on the left hand side of my niece and the kids by the truck is a 4x4, and over there she shows a 4x6, I believe. So I did just change it up just a little bit, but again, it kind of sort of looks like the sketch. And that's basically what sketches are. Use them how you want to use them and make them work for you. And I really like using sketches because usually it gives you little ideas and then you just start creating. At least that's what happens for me. So I'm going to stagger the photos. They're not exactly the same size. They're not all 3x4s. The ones with the tan paper on them are a little bit smaller than the ones with the green border and the black and white border. Yeah, I guess it's black and white. I can't really see it down here. I know I had black and white, and then I think I changed it out for a different, like, tan paper from the 6x6 pad. And I don't think I showed that in the first part, but it did come from the 6x6 pad, which is from the same collection as the stickers and the ephemera pieces. And they're all simple stories. So here, I'm going to add these ones up here on this side. So that's basically what it's going to be, but it's 7 photos on the layout, so I like that. And like I said, I couldn't make them any smaller or cut them down because you can see the little journaling box on the photos. And it kind of made embellishing a little tricky because there wasn't a lot of places to cover up or place embellishments. So I kind of went with a diagonal look right across the middle. So I'm going to go up here at the top and place this flower down. I place a stamp sticker, but I'm not going to leave that there. I'll pull that back up and just put the truck up there at the top. And then I'll come in and start working on the title side, I believe. Yeah, that's the piece I'm working on now. I have a little burlap heart, which is just paper. And it came from the ephemera pack. And then the little leaf came from the ephemera pack also. And I added it over there. I'm going to add the little wagon over here on the green paper in the leaf paper. I added pumpkin time. That's the label. That's a foam piece. And then I'm going to add one more little like leaf cluster in the middle, right above my niece's head that's pulling the wagon, and then over where my other niece is standing with the little goat. So right there. And it is going to cross the middle, so I'll have to cut that piece off and then reattach it. And actually, I like the way that it looks. Like I said, I didn't have much place to cover up with all the little journaling box and the photos, the sizes they were. But in the end, I think it turns out really cute. And it's a different color scheme than I usually use as far as like the brown, the orange, and the green. But it matches the photos because my little nephew is wearing green, and then, you know, the little donkey's brown, and there's little green wagons and trucks, and it turned out really cute with little orange pumpkins. And like I said, not my usual color combo, but I like the way that it turned out in the end. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the process, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. I'll have another 30 days of sketches video. It's going to be another double page, but I'm going to do 2 separate single pages, and you'll see how that's going to work out tomorrow. So join me tomorrow. Subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!